E equals mc squared. Energy is equal to mass times the speed of light squared. We've demonstrated this to dramatic effect with nuclear bombs, converting a little mass into a lot of energy. But we've never done it the other way around and turned energy into mass. At least we haven't done it yet. When you think high energy, where does your mind go? That's right, to trace. But after that, probably lasers. And lasers are getting extremely powerful. The current record-holding laser resides in China at the Shanghai Superintense Ultrafast Laser facility. In 2016, it set the bar at 5.3 million billion watts of power, or 5.3 petawatts. Even though that's a lot of power, it doesn't last very long. Power is energy over time, so there are two ways to make these super powerful lasers. Scientists can just up the energy, but certain components like the amplifiers can't handle more energy unless they're impractically large. One laser in the US uses 1.8 megajoules to produce about 1 petawatt, and it's the size of a 10-story building. The other approach to upping the power is by packing that energy into a very short amount of time. The laser in Shanghai fires for just a few quadrillionths of a second. In that tiny time span, the laser produces about 500 times the power of all the world's electrical grids combined, while being small enough to fit on a tabletop. And yet, it's still not enough. Chinese scientists are upgrading the facility with the goal of hitting 10 petawatts by the end of the year. And they're hoping to build another laser capable of pumping out 100 petawatts by 2023. That is, if the Chinese government approves the roughly $100 million price tag. China might have a compelling reason for footing the bill, though. At these power levels, scientists can achieve new and mind-bending things, like plucking electrons from an empty vacuum. Well, when I say empty, it really isn't, at least according to the theory of quantum electrodynamics. Because the quantum world is a silly place, for the briefest of moments, electrons and their antimatter evil twins, positrons, flicker into existence before their opposite charges draw them together and poof, they're gone again. But a 100 petawatt laser beam focused down to just 3 micrometers across should create an electric field so intense as to keep the electron and positron separate. The energy from the laser would also shake the electron and positron enough that they give off gamma rays that create more electron-positron pairs, and radiation that we'll be able to detect. A chain reaction that creates matter from energy. Of course, we're still an order of magnitude shy of this kind of power, but after we overcome the technical hurdles, we'll be able to try our hand at using E equals mc squared for creation rather than destruction. Special thanks to our sponsor, Domain.com. Domain.com is awesome, affordable, reliable, and has all the tools you need to build a new website. They can fulfill all your website needs. They offer .com and .net domain names and intuitive website builders. They have over 300 domain extensions to fit your needs, from .club to .space to .pizza. Take the first step in creating an identity online and visit Domain.com. For more news about lasers, subscribe because we make videos about them all the time, like this one about how scientists are using diamonds to combine laser beams a la the Death Star. Super powerful lasers can have more uses than pulling electrons from thin air. Scientists are exploring how they might be used to treat cancer or build smaller particle accelerators. That's all for now. I'll see you next time on Seeker.